Hello, welcome back to my channel. I figured we'd just start out by first taking this moment of gratitude for just life, nature, the sun. Just take about 10 seconds and list off 10 things you're absolutely grateful for in this life. And it could be something as simple as I'm grateful for a roof over my head and food in my belly. It doesn't have to be extreme. Just take the couple of seconds to really just anchor in before we start talking today all about forgiveness and really getting your heart center. Deep breath. And let's go. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Unconventionally Carolyn. Thanks for joining me. And so today I have an awesome scenery. As you can tell, I'm at a park here with my kiddos and my husband, and mommy is out for her walk and talk. And so you'll see a really cool background throughout this video. So how are y'all doing today? I'm in Florida, as you guys know. It's actually a colder day today still. It's in the 60s. Or actually I want to say it's probably in the 50s, to be honest with you, but it's all good. Okay, so today we're gonna talk all about forgiveness because this is a subject that I really had to anchor in. And if you guys know anything about my story, you guys will know I wrote a book on this entire subject. It's called Forgiving When You Can't Forget. And so if you guys need that, I can always drop the link in the comments below or in the, the description box. I'm still learning the language on this whole YouTube thing. So on the description box below, there will be a link to my book if you want to know anything about there. And then obviously Instagram, I am Carolyn Hickman. You guys can follow me there. I show a lot of my daily life as well as all the links that you guys need for any kind of questions and all of that. So let's move right into it. Forgiveness. This subject is just such a powerful one because forgiveness isn't about those that have hurt us. People, whether it's family members, friends, and maybe there's an event, a traumatic event in your life when you're younger, when you're older, whatever it may be. It's not for the other people that have hurt us along the way in our path, in our journey. It is for you. And that's one of the biggest things I had to learn along the way was that by forgiving, it wasn't giving over my power to the people that have hurt me. Whether it's intentional or not intentional, right? It's one of those subjects where the people may have intentionally hurt you and right away you're like, but I didn't do anything and it wasn't my fault and I deserve an apology and I deserve this and this and this and this and I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z until I receive apology. Well, first of all, you may be waiting for a very long time because when you're waiting on someone else to do something in order for you to feel or do something else yourself, you may be waiting for a very long time. Because some people don't realize that they've ever done something wrong or hurtful to you. And to be honest with you, the power lies within yourself. If you want to be able to create the life that you want, if you want to be able to have joy and seek happiness and feel like maybe I want to feel like I did before this event happened in my life. I want to go back to the way it was before and how can I get there because now I'm scarred and something is, wrong with me or, going down that whole path of victim role. You must first understand and give yourself self-love, acknowledgement that you are strong as fuck. Because whatever has happened to you really was happening for you. And I know this may be a little controversial to some people because there are some serious traumatic events, that people have endured and encountered in life. It could be abuse on all different levels. It could be just something as simple as somebody talking behind your back, right? It could be quite literally anything. And all of it is not okay, right? So by forgiving others and events and situations in our life, it doesn't give the other person power. It puts the power back into your hands. Because what you're saying is that I know what's happened. It is not okay. It may be hard for you to forgive, and the whole forgive and forget thing, it's not necessary. You're not ever going to forget something that has happened in your life that has been so traumatic. But what you can bring is love and unconditional love and understanding around it so that you can heal, so that you can grow. And by forgiving and healing and doing the healing work and healing your heart, you are able to be able to step forward and move forward in your life. if you allow this event, this person, this whoever it is, whomever it is, whatever it is, to continuously control your life day in and day out. Every day you wake up, you're giving power to it. Every single second you're thinking about it, you're giving power to it, right? And this is not to say that crying or being upset or frustrated or giving any amount of emotion is wrong, because it absolutely is not. And that is an honest way to process emotion. It's a way to process these events that have happened, and to give focus to it, whether it's in a meditation, whether it is in doing the tapping work. I teach and I talk a lot about EFT tapping, whether it is in whatever kind of healing modality really speaks to you. You're able to go in there, and I always say you have to feel it to heal it. You have got to feel it to heal it. So sometimes going back into a traumatic event can be challenging, and you may need assistance of a professional, whomever that is, right? Whether that is a coach, whether that is a therapist, if you're needing additional support, absolutely go and get that. Absolutely. But you have the power to do this. At the end of the day, when you're going to see a therapist, you're going to see a particular person to help you through this, they're just there holding space and guiding you through a process. But here's the thing. No one can do the work for you. You must always show up and do the work for yourself, right? People can be there guiding you. I consider myself a spiritual teacher, a guide, a teacher maybe helping you through whatever you're going through. But I can quite literally give you all the tools and tips and tricks and information and guidance, but you're the one that's got to show up and do it for you. You have to first decide, I no longer want to be in this space anymore. I no longer want to let this event, person, whomever, whatever it is, control my life anymore. I've given too many days, weeks, hours, years, whatever that looks like, to this particular thing. And I no longer am going to give any ounce of energy to it any longer. And so I'm going to show up and do the fucking work. And that's where I was personally myself. And so I know where you've been. If you guys don't know much about my story, just a brief little overview in the back end. And throughout my videos, I'm sure you'll hear a little bit about my story. But my mom, 5.5 years ago, was diagnosed with cancer. And that's when my whole world changed. Because, when you hear that big C word, your mindset initially goes to, oh my gosh, I can lose this person, right? This is a scary big disease. And my mother chose to go an alternative route, which is very unconventional, right? She didn't want to at first go through the chemo, the radiation, the conventional treatment. And so I helped support her, assist her, accompany her to a lot of alternative measures, alternative treatments, if you will. And there's a lot of family and friends in our lives, closest of family, closest of friends, that did not support her decision, did not agree with her decision, and quite literally thought that it was ridiculous. And the fact that I supported her didn't make it easier with people in my life, for me as well. But it wasn't about me. It was about my mother. And I wrote my book, and in my book, I won't go into greater detail, but I went into a lot of detail as to what has gone on. But what had happened in the grand scheme of things was that, she didn't beat cancer. And at the end of it, she decided to go to conventional route due to a lot of pressure from family and friends and her part of her own decision. And no matter what, I'd always support her. But when you have a divide in a family that doesn't agree with one protocol and agrees with another protocol, there's going to be anger, disagreement. There's going to be emotion, right? When we lose somebody in our life that's, well, for lack of better terms, was my rock. And she impacted so many lives, right? So when you lose somebody in general in life, there's a lot of emotion there. And so a lot of blame games went on. I quite literally got blamed for my mother's death by saying that because I supported her and agreed with her in her decision for alternative and it didn't work, and that I was responsible for her death. And so I can talk about that now because of the work, but at the time I was a mess. I was literally given a phone call from one of the closest people in my life just informing me that she passed away, and I wasn't allowed to see her. So there's a lot of emotion that goes around there, right? So when that kind of event happens, there's a traumatic event in your life, when your whole world is ripped out from underneath you. Everything you knew, everything that you were used to in life, and all of a sudden, within a second, that changes. You always have two choices. Your choices can be remain in that victim role. And I say that in a place of compassion. That not so much like, well, Carolyn, this event happened to me and this is terrible. And of course it is. Taking away all that emotion around there. You have every right to be mad, frustrated, sad, any emotion that comes through. You have every right to feel all of it. But if you allow that to control your everyday life, you're going to be in the same predicament in the same place you are 10 years from now. And if you want to change it, you can change that. You can go in and heal your heart. You can go in and heal anything inside you. No matter what anyone did or said or any event that went on, you can go in and heal yourself. And so that's my job here. Is to give you that power, is to give you that understanding, to give you the tools and resources to be able to go and heal your heart after something that is so traumatic has happened in your life. I always say life happens for us, not to us. Even in the most challenging of circumstances, everything is working for us because it is pushing you into your greatest version of yourself. And if you are not at that predicament, these things happen in your life to get you to that point, even if it is the most craziest situations. And I have ultimate compassion for you. But you always have two choices. You can remain in a victim role by saying this event happened to me and this is terrible, and quite literally word vomit your entire life story on everybody, because I've been there too, every single day of your life. And everybody, they'll agree with you. They'll sympathize with you. They'll understand you have every right to be mad and feel revengeous and get mad and never want to talk to somebody again and all these negative feelings, right? But who is that serving? By you holding a grudge, by you being angry, by you being upset, and by you having all this toxic energy and emotion every day, let me challenge you. Is that hurting you or is that hurting them? I always use this term where by you holding on to all that energy and emotion, it's like you drinking the poison and hoping somebody else dies. It's not going to work. That is only going to hurt you in the long run. That emotion, those feelings, that anger is only going to fester within you and hurt you. So who is that serving? It's not serving you. And so you can take the other choice. The other choice that I decided to do was to pick up all the broken pieces of my life. Literally, not only did I lose my very best friend in this world, I had my entire mother's family turn on me and kind of disown me, if you will, from the family, which, you know, I always say it's always, things are blessings in disguise. At the same time, everyone that I knew thought the worst in me because a person decided to kind of exploit me, if you will, on a social media as portraying that I only wanted money from my mother. There's a lot of that stuff, and that's in my book too, so I won't go into great detail, but I had a choice to actually stay in that role or choose that picking up those broken pieces in my life, and those broken pieces could make me. I could use those pieces to build a new, stronger foundation and something to do good in this world. That I know that I'm not the only person that's going through something traumatic, and that if I can pull myself together, I first decided to take one step each and every day, do one step. And I'm talking at the very beginning, I used to feel like I couldn't pull myself out of bed. And I had two little kids under, 4 at the time. And I had to be a mother. I had to mother my children. Thank goodness for my husband, God bless his heart, because he helped me through this. But I would literally have to just get myself out of the bed. I used to drive myself, because I live near the beach, drive myself 10 minutes to the beach, walk the beach and scream and cry and get all that anger and all that emotion out of me, and talk to God and talk to universe and talk to my mother and say, how could you leave? And then I'm here with all this, and I used to get all this anger out. But I'll tell you something. Every time I did that, something else is being rebuilt inside me. Because I was quite literally releasing all of that emotion and that pain and that anger and that frustration out of my body. And then I would play something positive. I would play some music that I love. I would put on my favorite meditation music, my calming 500, you guys, if you don't know anything about this, Google research 528 Hertz. There is something magical about that healing. That is a heart center, heart chakra healing. Just put it on YouTube, put on Google 528 HZ music, Spotify, and put that music on and just listen to it and cry and let the emotion pass through and let the anger pass through. Let it all pass through, because when we are quite literally holding on to that so tightly, we are never releasing it from our body, and we hold energy and emotion in a physical term within our body. We are 3D beings. This is where my energetic healing comes into play, because I'm a Reiki healer as well. So I would do that. I would get all the pain, anger out, and then I would sit down at the beach and I would watch the ocean, and I would hear the ocean, and it would start healing my heart. And I'd play the music, and then I'd play my favorite song, and I would get up and I would dance it off and get myself at high vibration. And then I would be grateful and thankful for all the beautiful moments that I got to spend for so many years in my life with my mother, and for all that she's taught me. And I would fill myself up with gratitude. And so each step, each day you do this, you are healing. And there'd be some days I'd be off the rocker and I would be way more in emotions. There'd be some days I'd wake up in bliss. But here's the thing, any and all of it is right. Nothing is wrong. Your healing journey, nothing is wrong. The way you process things, nothing is wrong with you. But making sure that you are acknowledging and processing that emotion is the utmost importance. Because the more you hold on to that, the more that's festering in your body, in your life, in your energy field. That is only going to play out in your life. You guys know I'm huge into manifestation as well. When we are allowing the negativity, those emotions to control our lives, we are quite literally in an energetic vibration and frequency, and we call in more of that stuff to us. Now, I'm not saying that the reason why an event like this happened to you is because you were in a low vibration. Absolutely not. I don't believe in the whole manifestation of law of attraction, blaming people for situations in life. There's events that happen in life that we have soul contracts in. Before we even enter this world, we have a soul contract that we knew that we were supposed to grow and evolve into the best version of ourselves. And we knew, believe it or not, that this event was going to happen before it did. Our higher selves knew. That is why everything in your life plays out, and it is there to assist you and help you grow and protect you along the way. So there's a reason why you decided to sign up for that event in your life right now, because you knew at a particular point in time, you were going to need this event, this person, this whomever it is, whatever it is, to help you, push you, throw you, catapult you into the next version of yourself and to your highest and most potential in this world. Because it knew it was going to be that event that had to say, this is going to make me or this is going to break me. And the power is in your hands, my friend. The power is in your hands, and believe it or not, you are so fucking powerful. And you can change your life, and you can grow, and you can evolve, and you can process everything. And if you need a hand, contact me. Send me an email. Hit me up on Instagram, social media. I help people work through this stuff all the time. I'm a Reiki intuitive master healer, and I do a lot of soul coaching as well. I'm here to help you because I remember what it was like. At the time being, I was so grateful for my angels, my guides, my soul teachers that came into my life, but I had to seek those out. I had to realize that I need help healing my heart. I need to do this. So where can I go? What can I do? And now I have this wealth of knowledge that because I've showed up, I sought out the healing modalities, the teachers, the masters, the all the things, anything from Tony Robbins events to podcasts to soul work to healers to you name it. And I have all this wealth of knowledge, and I'm here to help heal you and help you heal yourself and guide you along the way to do that. Because I know where you're at. In my heart is sending you so much compassion and so much love. Because I know it's not easy sometimes feeling alone. Sometimes even when you are surrounded by all the people in your life, sometimes you just feel like you're just alone because you're the one going through the situation. But here I am to tell you that you are not alone. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people that are going through something so damn similar to you. And that's why I'm here pressing freaking record, showing up, saying, I see you, I feel you, I honor you, and I freaking am proud of you. Because this is your first fucking step in the right direction to heal your heart and to change your fucking life and say, I am done. That event may have happened to me. That person may have hurt me. this may have happened in my life, but I'm not going to let them control me for one more fucking second. I'm here to change my life. And so what do I have to do? Let's do it. But you have to make that decision. I can't make that for you. I can motivate you. I can rah-rah. I can cheer you on. I can tell you to get the fuck up every day. And I can tell you to change your goddamn life. But you are the one that has to make that decision for you. But I need you to first know that you are worth it. Because when it comes down to that self-worth and we're in a victim role and we're in a low vibration, the first thing we want to think about is, wow, this is my fault. I shouldn't have done this. I could have done this. Why did I do this? Because if I didn't do that, somebody wouldn't have done this and this event wouldn't have happened here. No. Everything is divinely timed in this world. Like I said, before you came into this world, you signed up for this. This was going to happen. But you also, by me showing up as me and by you showing up as you and the things that happen around you, if we can quite literally pull ourselves back into the observer's point of view and realize that by everybody showing up in their purpose, everything is divinely guided. This is why a simple mindset hack here. When you're ready to buy a car, right? And you're like, I'm ready to buy this car. And then you see that car everywhere. All you see is this car. You're like, oh my God, did everybody just go out and buy this brand new Lamborghini that I want? Or this Hyundai Sonata or this Honda, whatever it is. No. You're putting that energy and that focus out there and it's magnetizing and you are absolutely connecting to the energetic force of that car. So if you know quite literally on that path, that's how easy things can happen. Imagine when you change your mindset to say, I am here, I was here, but I want to feel like this. I want this part of me back again. I want this vibration, or maybe it's a vibration, maybe it's a part of your life, or maybe it's something in your life that you've never had. Well, guess what? You can have it. And your mind is so goddamn powerful. I recently learned, I'm going to share this with you. Did you want to know that when we radiate from our heart chakra, from our heart, that our heart, and this has been proven scientifically, our heart radiates out 8 miles in circumference. 8 miles. So if I'm sitting here in my heart and I'm feeling love and gratitude and grateful and peace and love and sending out my heart into this screen and everything around me, I am magnetizing that back to me. But if I am in a low vibration and I'm angry and pissed off and bullshit and all this stuff, what am I radiating around me? Why am I seeing? Then all of a sudden I get in my car and somebody cuts me off and I flick them off, and then somebody yells out the window and then I get out of the car and somebody cuts me off by walking, or somebody bangs into me, or at the grocery store, or there's a huge line and everything's going wrong. Do we line all that up? Do we put those pieces together, or do we just think that it just is a shitty day or a shitty month or a shitty life? Because I'll tell you something. You'd be surprised when you start showing up and changing from here, how much your outer world changes. You don't have to forget what's happened to you or in your life. You don't have to forgive and forget. That's not what it's about. I like to use a better term, which is acceptance. It sat better with me because it's hard to say, I forgive you for what you did, even though what they have done, a person, a place, an event, it may not have been okay. And by you forgiving, you're not forgetting that, and you're not giving them permission for somebody else to do that again to you. You can quite literally forgive and or accept what has happened in your life. I understand this event happened. I understand this person did this. I understand this person said this. But I'm not going to let it control my life any longer. I'm not going to let this hurt me any longer. And I refuse to go through this again. So let me put down my boundaries. And that's another thing. And that will be another video for maybe tomorrow. Setting boundaries. Because you are worth it. And you can take this as a learning lesson into your life, into the next session, and just learn from this, right? How can I protect my heart again? How can I do this? Maybe it's removing a toxic person in your life. Maybe it's removing an event from your life. And I'll make more videos on that too. But what can you do today to make for a better tomorrow? Maybe it's just getting out of bed today. Maybe it's just sitting outside in nature. Maybe it's listening to meditation music on your earphones for 5 minutes. Maybe it's just getting outside, walking your body. If you do nothing else today, put on your favorite song and move your body. You will be surprised what motion can do for you, how it can raise your vibration and change your emotion. Do you know, there's one thing I learned from a Tony Robbins event. It's from Joseph McClendon. It stuck with me. Him and his he calls it astastic mood. You know, it's physically impossible to shake your ass and be mad at the same time. Do you know it's impossible to shake your ass and be moody and mad? Because there's too many nerve endings in your butt so that you actually can't be mad. So if you do nothing else today, put on your favorite fucking music and shake your goddamn ass and watch your life begin to change. And when you realize how much you're shifting and how much your energy and how much your emotion shifts, think back to this video and say, well, fuck, if as little as me shaking my booty can make me feel fun, happy, or make me laugh out loud, what can showing up for my life and start healing this inner trauma do for my life and my everyday? Get up and do one thing every day different. Start changing little steps. I'm not sitting there saying you have to wake up and make a dramatic change, although if you're anything like me, that's what I do. I am a 0 to 100 kind of girl, but if it's not, take one step forward. What's one day? Maybe today is listening to a meditation song. Maybe tomorrow is listening to some kind of healing 528 hertz music for 10 minutes. And then the next day it's 15 minutes. And then the next day it's 20 minutes. Maybe it's then listening for 5 minutes while you're out for your walk, right? You can do these things. And going in and accept and acknowledge that something has happened in your life, to you, for you, and realize that, listen, I'm going to go back into that. Sometimes you might have to replay it in your mind and say, I acknowledge you. I understand you were working for my highest and best good, but this is no longer going to control me any longer. And I'm making the conscious decision to choose to change my friggin' life now. I thank you for guiding me. I thank you, but we're done now. And move on. And quite literally watch that thought, watch that event, watch that traumatic event in your life. Watch it as if it's a balloon. Watch it releasing into the sky to go. And see how you feel from your heart center, heart chakra. Watch it feel like it is a weight lifted off your shoulders, because that's how it will feel. And do that with every person that's ever hurt you, every event that's ever stopped you from living your life, every event that's ever taken place in your life to hurt you, that hasn't served you. It's quite literally an emotional cord cutting, in other words. But this is you releasing it from your life. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. And I just want to let you know that forgiveness is a beautiful starting point when we can forgive and or accept. Sometimes acceptance is just accepting that something did happen in your life. Someone did hurt you, accepting it, that it happened. It's just simply an acknowledgement. I understand, I acknowledge, I see this. It doesn't make it right and or okay, but I'm not going to let this stop me from living my life any longer. I'm not going to let this hurt me any longer, because I'm taking back my control. I'm taking back my fucking life. And I am going to let this stops here now. Because that event, that person, you were letting them control your everyday life by giving that thought, emotion, event any kind of attention, because it is quite literally controlling your life every day. So take back your fucking power and say, this will never happen again. I will not let this control me any longer. And I'm going to heal my heart. And I'm going to start creating the life I want, creating the world that I want to see, creating the events I want to see. Think about the things that you want in your life, the people you want to surround yourself with, the events you want to take place, the places you want to visit, the life you want to live. Think of those thoughts every fucking day when you wake up. For the first 5 minutes you wake up, think of amazing. I'm saying in your mind out loud, 10 things you're grateful for. Watch your life begin to change in the next 30 days. Okay, mama, I'm gonna let you go on that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this served you. I hope you could feel my energy, my heart, my passion, my love for you all. I'm sending it out. I'm radiating out from my heart chakra for you tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, amazing day. And I'll see you in the next video.